On the Riverside Trail right now, and here's an example of what I was talking about. See, we're so close to such a high cliff face right there that this part of the canyon is already in effective dusk. The sun is not going to shine here again today, and at most it would shine here for a couple of hours each day. Look at the shadow over there on that giant cliff standing up above me. This is so big. But because there's going to be shadow for this entire hike, that means we are in cool, calm, take it easy walking conditions, and we're quite pleased with this. The Riverside Trail, and all of a sudden the road has turned to sand. Reason being is that we're standing on river banks. Up ahead of me is the Virgin River, and this is the highest up I've yet shown you. Not very far that way is what they call the Narrows, kind of up in that crevice of the canyon there, where you can wade up there if you dare, especially if you bring swimming gear. The rocks are fairly smooth. It's a fairly safe swim/wade up there. But the Narrows, where the river is cut through the rock, indeed get very narrow. It's so tight at points that you could like stand in there and touch both walls of the canyon just by extending your arms. We'll get up closer to the river here. There's a little, I promised I wouldn't get my feet wet. We did that last time and it really sucked. A little rivulet here. I'm just going to step over this. I know it's making a lot of noise, but this is deceptive. The river is very, very low right now. It's not cold enough at the high climbs yet to have reached real spring runoff stage. However, there is a loose remote possibility that we can hit something of a flash flood in this exact part of the canyon, so we're going to be cautious and, you know, pray to whatever gods we worship and prepare for our own deaths. This Virgin River that you see right here, this goes for a very long ways. It's like snakes down throughout Utah, Nevada, Arizona, becomes eventually what carves out the Grand Canyon. We're just like at the very topmost like progenitor of that. And we are going to follow it a long ways up. Still on the Riverside Trail, oh monotony. But remember the Weeping Rock I showed you a while ago and the Hanging Gardens from it? This is a smaller example of the same thing. See, the sky is absolutely clear above us. There's not a cloud in the sky. And yet the rock here is porous and has saturated quite a bit of water and is very slowly letting it leak out, such that we can get flora here that would, like this hanging stuff, that would not have developed any other way. Just because this, like a very slow waterfall, is just coming out of the rock because of accumulated rain and snow that landed on the top of the plateau up above me. There's like little rivulets down below there that goes along the side of the trail and will eventually contribute to the Virgin River over there. These kind of weirdities are all over the place just because of the very odd sandstone formations that happen in here in Zion Canyon. And here we have rare footage of a canyon squirrel in its native habitat. Still on the Riverside Trail here. Just saw a squirrel eating a nut on a log, or on a rock, I mean. Wanted to get a picture of the poor guy without spooking him. The animals in this canyon are pretty unabashed around humans for the most part, because humans make the mistake of feeding them, and they will come in and like get the scraps that human beings will leave behind. So they'll sometimes like come up in front of you and do little tricks or lay down flat or try to act cute in hopes that you'll give them food. Oh, and there he goes. But canyon management does not want you to do that, because then the animal might bite you, and that's not fun. The end of the Riverside Trail. We've walked very far up the canyon here, much further than you can drive or bike. We'll walk down to the riverside here and show you how the river proceeds. Ow! My knees are incredibly stiff from inclined hiking. Haven't done any of that today, thankfully. Okay. Where I'm standing right now, at most other times of year, I would be wading. My feet would be sloshing in water right now. And this is the furthest we can go up the Virgin River without getting our feet wet. From there on, as you can barely see in the distance there, right where the light terminates against the shadow, that is the Narrows. You can wade up there, you can swim up there, you can kayak up there, and it gets very, very, very tight. For what it's worth, I mean, this is Zion Canyon that I'm standing. Like, that's one wall right there, and this is the other wall right beside me. This is Zion Canyon. It's incredibly narrow near the top, and this is where we're standing. Ugh. Kind of wish I did have the wherewithal to go wading, but not only did I not bring the gear for it, I'm also carrying electronics, and I don't want to destroy them if I trip and fall.